Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another weather forecast here by Adrian's Weather Forecast. And this is going to be another update on this major cross-country mid-April snowstorm. So I actually have an announcement. This is actually not windstorm Thatcher. This is actually windstorm Sadie. I could have sworn that the last system during that major severe weather outbreak was Sadie. I even saw somewhere where it said it was windstorm Sadie. And I'm sorry for the confusion. This is actually now windstorm Sadie. This system, not Thatcher. I was confused, and I do apologize if I confused you, but here I'm just going to correct my mistake. And so this is Windstorm Sadie, not the last system. So I do apologize. So we have not seen Thatcher yet. That will be the next name if we see a system. So again, we actually have major updates on Windstorm Sadie. It's actually now brings very heavy snowfall here into the Midwest, and also continuing to bring that very heavy snowfall into the Central Rockies, and also now spilling out into the Central Plains. And we'll see with the next couple of hours here, closely in the next 20 hours, seeing that incredibly heavy snowfall now moving to big cities like Chicago, Aurora, South Bend, Fort Wayne, and even Toledo. So definitely major updates on this. We're going to be looking at 3 detailed radars so you guys can see exactly the timing and all of that. So if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We are 1 subscriber away from 2,130 subscribers, so please subscribe. I do daily weather forecasts, and I might have another update on this later this afternoon if I'm not busy. And also be sure to share the channel to any friends or family so you can help me grow a lot faster and help spread the word about my channel and my weather forecast. So again, we're going to be looking at very detailed timing, the amount of snow, and just see the conditions and how bad it will be out here with this major cross-country late spring snowstorm. Definitely going to bring snow throughout many areas that thought spring was finally coming, but nope, looks like winter is staying a little bit longer. So we are going to be looking at the National Weather Service right now here. Look at this major track out here. And I find it very interesting because I know we've had multiple tracks, like hundreds of tracks in the past couple of years, the past really 2 decades that have seen straight up snowstorms like this. But usually at this time of the year, when we have snowstorms this big in mid-April, which don't happen every year, we usually just see them start in the Rockies and then they go up like that. Don't usually just see them go straight up like this, because that's kind of be the track is going to be not going like a 180-degree angle, not that straight. It's going to be going kind of go like this a little bit. So again, it's a little bit of a strange track that I find kind of satisfying actually how straight it is. But again, we are having alerts all the way from Idaho up into Ohio. So we actually have major updates on the alerts. We have it all the way as far. We have alerts as far east as areas near Lima, Ohio. We have Fort Wayne, Bern, Indiana, South Bend, Gary, Warsaw, and Logansport. That's where we have those those winter weather advisories out there in Indiana. And then we have 2 little sections where we'll be seeing this very heavy snowfall out here in the main system, this main storm. It's going to be really the heaviest of the snowfall. It's going to be right here into southern Iowa, northern Missouri, and far western Illinois. Right there in those border lines of those states could be seen in a huge amount of snowfall. And then right here as well, also continuing to see this very heavy snow out here into the foothills. Seeing the very heavy snow out there in the suburbs of the Rockies, including Cheyenne, Rawlins, Shirley, Basson, Garrett, Wheatland, out there near Glendale, Kimball, Sydney, Harrisburg, Scottsbluff, Bridgeport, and then other areas in the winter weather advisories, including Saratoga, Bossier, Casper, Bill, Lance Creek, Lusk, Harrison, and Chatterod, and even Alliance out there. That's where you have those winter weather advisories. Now, Denver has been included into a winter weather advisory. Colorado Springs just a couple miles away from that, and then also we have Steamboat Springs, Fort Collins, and Aspen. That's where we'll be seeing up to maybe even 9+ inches left to come. We can be seeing 1 to 2 feet in these areas to come actually, and we also have a threat right here into possibly seeing avalanches. That I don't mean to say flood. I think I just said flood right now. I remember if I think I just said flood. I meant avalanche. So there's a huge chance for seeing avalanches out here to western Colorado. Here we have these winter weather advisories stretching all the way up to Indiana, out there to much of central Nebraska, but right here is where we'll possibly see the worst of this snow in the winter storm warnings. We can possibly see up to a foot in these areas, if not more. Ottumwa, Osceola, Lumney, Nebraska City. Again, it's going to be really in between Omaha and really in between, really south of Omaha. We'll be seeing incredibly heavy snowfall. There can be up to a 4-inch difference. So Lincoln, Nebraska City, Marysville, Missouri, you guys are having a huge threat for very heavy snowfalls. Grant City, out there near Kirksville, you guys also have a huge chance for some really good amount of snowfall as well for Peoria, Princeton, Galesburg, Macomb, Burlington, not far from Davenport either. There we can possibly climb up to, again, maybe even 14 inches of snowfall. It's crazy out here. So again, the next couple of hours, here we have a little bit of a band that brought snow out here into northern Illinois and also far southern Iowa. We saw some snow there. That's going to be diminishing really quickly. And then right behind it, here we have this major main system of Sadie. This is going to bring an incredibly heavy snowfall now out here into Nebraska. Let's actually check out a detailed radar into actually including the let's see if we can actually include the Midwest right here. So again, we're gonna be seeing quite the heavy snowfall. It's gonna be really there won't be really other lighter side except for behind it. Really, the heavy snowfall will actually be like in the front and the middle. Again, start seeing that really heavy snow now into North Platte. Seeing that really heavy that snow starting to pick up a little bit in Denver. You guys have been seeing some very heavy snow since like 4 a.m. Western time or Mountain Time. And again, here we go, the next 12 hours. This is going to be now pushing closer now into Iowa. Again, really, really heavy snow here into southern Iowa, far western Illinois, far northern Missouri. Guys, we're just going to be seeing a chance because we can possibly see some very strong winds here. And it's likely going to be seeing really whiteout conditions. Going to see very low visibility. Seeing that snow on the lighter side for North Platte, and then seeing that again really heavy snow south of Omaha into Lincoln, Nebraska. That's where we'll be seeing that really heavy snow. The bullseye will be mainly for southern Iowa and western Illinois. It's gonna push in the next, like I said, around next 20 hours. Now pushing closer into the Chicago area. Now pushing to the Great Lakes. Let's actually find if we can actually find the radar. I guess we just use the Mid-Atlantic. So again, here we'll be seeing that very heavy snowfall now coming towards, if this actually will load. Again, very heavy snow now moving towards Chicago, Aurora, Peoria, out there into Fort Wayne now, Gary, seeing that little band out there as far as east as western Ohio. Next 24 hours, this will start to see things interesting. This will be 10 a.m. Central Time, again, stretching all the way from Iowa to now Ohio, now getting towards not far from Lansing. Starting to see that rain start to come into sleet in Lansing. The next 24 hours, still seeing that really heavy snow now, again, as far north as up to the border with Illinois and Wisconsin. It's kind of cool because you can be right on the border of the Illinois and Wisconsin and see snow flurries, and then maybe go county, maybe go like 5 miles into Wisconsin, there probably won't be any snow. So that's kind of cool how it's just going to stop right at that border. Again, now it's going to be moving closer now in Kalamazoo. I hope that's how you pronounce it, Kalamazoo. I don't even know if that's even the right name of the city. Again, incredibly heavy snowfall into northern Indiana. Seeing that lighter snow now getting toward Davenport, Iowa City. Continuing to see that snow for southern Iowa. That's why we will be seeing that very good amount of accumulation there. In the next 30 hours, just start now moving towards the northeast and the Great Lakes, really bringing the snow for the whole lake, for all of Lake Erie, and it's going to be heavy. Starting to maybe get that snow closer to Toronto. Even seeing some snow now to Detroit. You guys thought snow was over in Detroit. Now it's not. Who knows? We'll be seeing another system later on in April to bring some snow. It looks like maybe spring or is going to be arriving a lot later in these areas. Still seeing that lighter snow out there into near Lansing, and incredibly heavy snow for northern Ohio near Cleveland and Toledo. And the next 40 hours is now be moving towards the northeast. And again, that can also possibly bring in some very heavy snowfall into the northeast. And Europeans showing a lot more snow accumulation in the northeast than any other model. So very interesting. Again, seeing some snow for Albany, Concord, New Hampshire, into southern, into much of western Mass, and far northern Connecticut, seeing that leftover snow in Albany, and it really gonna avoid the Adirondacks. And then we're gonna be seeing incredibly heavy snow for Boston. Depending on what model you look at, it looks like you guys can really range from maybe 3 to 6 inches. This is quite crazy. It's gonna be sticking around Boston for a while, and then especially just northeast of Boston, well, that snow will be sticking for a while. Now we'll be looking at the NAM 3KM model again. We'll start seeing that snow entering Nebraska at a very heavy rate again into the southeastern state part of the state. That's why we'll be seeing those windstorm warnings now south of Omaha, really Lincoln, Nebraska. You guys will be seeing very heavy snow in Nebraska City, now entering southwestern Iowa, and then far northern Missouri. That's what we have that really big threat for the heaviest of the snowfall there, or the most amount of accumulation. Again, the next now 24 hours, this will now be moving more to the north, more to the north, now getting to the Midwest. Again, going to be really close to that border with Wisconsin there. Still seeing that snow left behind off the Mississippi River. Still seeing what looks like the heaviest of the snow will actually be now for Fort Wayne, Gary, possibly South Bend. Now bringing that snow into the southern half of Michigan. In the next 30 hours, we'll start seeing that snow out there into Detroit, London, getting closer to Toronto. And again, that's when we'll start seeing that snow leaving Indiana, starting to leave much of Michigan, heading towards Lake Erie on the other side of the Great Lakes, and then that'll be entering out the northeast here. Seeing that very heavy snow now, or moderate snow really. Could be seeing some heavier pockets near Erie, just off the lake. And then the next 40 hours, again, this will be heading down towards Albany, the southern Adirondacks, Syracuse, Utica, Western Mass, out there, and then possibly going to bring a very heavy band of snow for Boston. Like, it's going to be entering at the fastest rate of the snow, and then it's going to be staying again. There will be that lighter band. Here's the main system. That lighter little band will be just staying there for an extra maybe 6 hours. That can bring in a lot more snow. So now we'll be looking out here into the the College of DuPage. This is actually a site I'm really interested in right now. I've been using it for the past couple of days, and many people also use it. And I have not used it yet for radar, but this is also going to help us see the timing and all that. So again, next 2 hours, we'll start to see that snow now. Really heavy pockets in Nebraska. Still seeing that snow now for Arizona, Casper, Wyoming, Cheyenne. Seeing the heavier pocket of snow out there, passing the northern elevation, the northern Colorado, heading towards Denver now. And in the next 6 hours, we're still seeing that very heavy snow out here into Denver, into northern Colorado, getting as far south as Colorado Springs. And then we'll start seeing that rain right here convert into snow in the next 10 hours or so. And then that'll start now moving more into even far northwestern Kansas. Still seeing that other pocket of snow now for Nebraska, and it'll start to diminish. And this is where we're starting to see these things get interesting here. It's in the Midwest. So again, as we continue on, we'll start seeing that rain converting to snow, and it's going to get really heavy again. Here's the bullseye for this snow right here, right there into far, possibly even the southern tip of Iowa, near the border of Illinois, and really this is the bullseye. We'll be seeing the heaviest of the snowfall right here. This is where we could be seeing that heavy snowfall. You're going to be seeing why I continue to see this heavy snow pocket. Just look at that thing. This is actually a massive system. It may not be huge in size, but look at this heavy snow. It's going to be getting all the way right here at a very dark blue. This is going to possibly get whiteout conditions for Iowa City, whiteout conditions possibly just south of Des Moines, out there in was it Marysville, Missouri. Even seeing that snow stretching as far west as central Kansas in this next 17 hours. And then as we get in the next 18 hours, again, really heavy snow now heading towards Chicago, and then moving towards the South Bend area, moving towards out there towards maybe even Indianapolis might get some snowfalls. But look at this massive amount of snowfall. Definitely a huge system. And then as we get later on today, we can possibly see as it because it's only going to the next 18 hours, we can actually possibly check out the GFS on here if we can actually precipitation. This is actually not the wrong ones. Actually, check out the precipitation type. This is the GFS again. The GFS. Let's actually go back here into the Midwest. So again, in the GFS again, definitely showing the heavier snow moving towards Actually, right over Chicago, we're seeing a heavier band, seeing a light to moderate snow ahead of it towards Ohio, Indiana, and then that's going to be now moving out, and then maybe having some snow showers left behind it out here into the Midwest. Sorry, guys, I actually just ran 5 miles, so my voice is a little shaky. Now we're looking at the snowfall totals out here in the European again. Very high snowfall totals, an area of concern right here still. You may think it's over in the out there in the Rockies because we're just focusing right here, but we're still going to be seeing up to a foot or more, possibly close to 2 feet out here, 20.9 inches in these areas left to come. Again, looks like Colorado, looks like Denver might have a 3 to 6 inch range. Looks like Cheyenne still has up to 7 inches to come. Looks like much of just general Wyoming has up to really 3 to maybe 5 inches left to fall here. So definitely not over yet, especially out there into the border really with Colorado and Wyoming, especially seeing up to, again, 11 to 20 inches there left. Again, still seeing up to 3 to 4 inches for much of Nebraska. Again, the Europeans really showing a lighter side for snowfall totals out here into Nebraska. You're probably thinking, why would they need 3 to 4 inches for a windstorm warning? Well, that's just the European. You should look at the other models. And then let's actually now check out where we'll be seeing the area of concern again for that very heavy snowfall right here, up to 10 inches left. Actually, GFS is actually showing a lot higher snowfall totals. I feel like we could actually, it's 11 inches right here. Okay, this is 10 inches. So again, we will be seeing up to really 2 to 4 inches for Chicago, which is actually a bit of an increase, and that's quite a good amount of snowfall. Looks like 1 to 3 inches for Des Moines, Davenport 1 to really maybe 2 to 4 inches. Again, right here though, this will be seeing the bullseye with up to 9 to around 10 inches. Looks like Fort Wayne also another area of surprise, up to possibly 5 to 7 inches. Detroit maybe climbing up to 3 inches. That's a bit of a climb. Again, it's like now Cleveland and near Youngstown, we're also seeing a bit of an increase. It's like Cleveland, 4 to 6.5 inches of snowfall there. And like I said earlier, the European is showing the most amount of snowfall out of any other model on the Northeast. So it's quite crazy now. Snowfall out here showing in the European. Definitely looks like a pretty good system here. Snowfall totals have actually increased for a lot of cities. It's like the Poconos area. You guys can be seeing a good amount of snowfall, up to 5 to 7 inches. Scranton looks like State College. Looks like you guys can increase up to 4 inches, a good range of 3 to 5 inches actually. So you guys have increased. Looks like Erie, 3 to 4 inches. Again, and much of right here, it's in southern New York and northern Pennsylvania. There we can possibly see again the maximum up to really 12 inches and the 14 inches right here. But right here in this area, we can possibly see a really range from 7 to around maybe 9.5 inches of snowfall. Looks like snowfalls have also increased a bit for Albany. Looks like a huge increase for western Connecticut. You guys can possibly see 7 to 9 inches of snowfall. New Milford, you guys can possibly see it to 6 to 8 inches of snowfall. Western Mass, you guys can be seeing up to 5 to 9 inches of snowfall. The southern Vermont and New Hampshire, 2 to 4 inches of snowfall. Looks like possibly 2 to 3 inches for Boston actually. And let's actually see if we can go a bit more farther. Yeah, only really 2 to 4 inches maximum for Boston, and just northwest we can possibly see 6 inches. Providence has increased up to 5 to 7 inches, and looks like Newport might extend up to 3 inches of snowfall. Now we'll be looking at the NAM 3KM model. Definitely, again, like I said, the GFS is showing a lot more snow, possibly getting up to 14 inches again. Let's actually start off though with the mountains really quick so we don't leave them out. Again, some areas again possibly seeing a 1.5 foot love to come in these areas. And definitely a huge window of actually more of a area of concern right here for a ton of snowfall. We have major updates. And now you know why we have windstorm warnings. Look at this, 7 to 11 inches, not 12 inches out here. Lincoln, Nebraska, 7 to 10 inches. Near Nebraska City, possibly 10 to 12 inches. And again, for Omaha, you guys are seeing up to that possibly 3 to 7 inches of snowfall. Looks like, again, for southern Iowa and northern Missouri, far northern counties of Missouri, you guys will be seeing the most amount of snowfall really out of this, other than the mountains. We'll be seeing up to, in general, 10 to 14 inches right on the border. But for other areas, now as far north as Des Moines, Snowfall totals have also increased for you, possibly seeing maybe 4 to maybe even 7 inches of snowfall. Iowa City, possibly 4 to 5 inches. And then for general southern Iowa and northern Missouri, we'll be seeing at the A range from, again, 8 to 14 inches. Even as far as western Illinois can be seeing up to, again, 7 to 12 inches. Peoria or Perio, you guys can be seeing, possibly seeing up to, again, up to maybe 3 to maybe even 7 inches as well. Rockford, 1 to 2 inches. Chicago, up to 4 inches. Looks like, again, throughout much of near Aurora, 4 inches. Fort Wayne, you guys can possibly, again, see the bullseye for this other area out here in the Midwest, up to possibly, again, 6 to maybe 10 inches of snowfall. As well for western, northwestern Ohio, looks like, again, Detroit, 3 inches. And then out there, quite a good amount of stuff as well for northern Ohio, possibly for 3 to 5 inches for Cleveland and Toledo. And then also seeing that very heavy snowfall now moving to the northeast as well, up to maybe 3 to 5 inches for Boston, western Mass, and western Connecticut, and other areas out there into northern Pennsylvania. You can be seeing up to more than 7 inches of snowfall. Now we're going to be looking at this again, the College DuPage again. Look at this, possibly 20 inches of snowfall, up to 2 feet. Again, 27 inches right here, guys. 27 inches, look, 29 inches. We're going to be seeing up to 30 plus inches to come, guys. That is crazy. More than 2 feet, not too far off from really 3 feet of snowfall. Wow, that is just crazy. We're going to be seeing up to 29 inches left to come these areas. That is just a tremendous amount of snowfall. Again, this is just crazy, just how much we still have left to come these areas. Again, that's up to 20 to 30 inches is left. And then it looks like the Denver area, you guys can be seeing around up to 3 or really 2 to 3 inches of snowfall left to come. Looks like Colorado Springs, you guys can be seeing up to maybe 3 to 5 inches left. Again, it looks like Cheyenne, you guys still have a chance for maybe 5 inches left. If not, maybe even just 4.5 inches. Again, other areas scattered for other areas in Wyoming. You guys have up to 9 to 10 inches of snowfall left. Again, looks like a huge difference in snowfall here, though, for right here for Nebraska. Only like less than an inch, except for the tip, we can be seeing to 5 inches. That's a crazy difference, I guess, because with that rain it was showing. And let's get into the Midwest again right here. Snowfall totals for this area. Again, definitely going to be seeing, this is just the start of it, because again, it only goes to 18 hours, so just in the beginning, we'll be seeing up to possibly get maybe 8 inches, if not more than 9 inches of snowfall out here into northern Missouri and southern Iowa, up to 6 or around half foot of snowfall to start off, and then possibly 3 to 5 inches for western Illinois to start off as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and bye, guys.